So we had a little hiccup. Car almost hit me just now. That gives you an idea of where we are. We got here no problem. We had a couple flights from Mykonos. Everything was great. As soon as we got out of the airplane, we went to rent our car. And the first hiccup is that they told us we would not be getting the GPS that we had requested because we're not returning the car to Italy. Second hiccup, we got in the car. It's a stick shift. Tori practiced for about 1 hour with my dad in Mykonos, and we thought that was going to be plenty. It was going okay. We were sort of trying to follow a map that had no street signs on it and trying to figure out how to get to the freeway. All of a sudden, Tori sees a freeway and he's like, wow, this looks good, let's just take this, and he gets on. We realized very quickly, it's the right freeway, wrong direction. So we have to figure out how we're gonna get off. So we are driving. I'm trying to read, I'm trying to figure out what to do, and we realize that we're really in trouble.
Alright, so when we got off the freeway, things got really exciting because they had to compete with all these scooters and cars driving on the wrong side of the road, trying to bump into us, and we lost connection with the iPhone. GPS went out, so we had no idea where we were going. Then we hit all these hills, and the first hill we stalled, and it was crazy because we had stoplights. Everyone was yelling at us and honking, and then we went to the next stoplight and we stalled again. And lots of cars right downtown Napoli. So Caitlin got really upset. It's like, you gotta pull over, we gotta figure out where we're going, and you gotta figure out how to park on the hill. So I pulled over to the gas station, and it took me about 20 minutes to park because it was on a hill. We just kept going backwards and backwards, stop, backwards. Caitlin was so upset, she got out of the car without shoes. She couldn't handle it anymore, she's hyperventilating. Eventually I rolled it back to a flat spot so we could go forward. And we just said, let's just drive around for a while and figure out how to drive this car. Who cares if we're going the right direction or not? And we made about 20 left-hand turns successfully. Very successful left-hand turns. Very few stalls, probably no more than 8. And through all that, we realized we'd gone around in a circle about 8 times. And we had passed the entrance to the freeway about 7 times. On the 8th time, we got it. We got on the freeway.
So one of the most exciting moments was trying to navigate our way around Naples. Yes, we stalled about 8 times. We hit at least 3 curbs. We made 1 illegal U-turn into oncoming traffic, and at that point I was just like, I can't handle this anymore. I'm closing my eyes because I couldn't deal. Hit the curb, managed to turn around, made our way out of that crazy city. So once we were on the freeway, it was pretty good. Things were moderately easy, except for, of course, every half a mile or so on Italian freeways they have toll booths. So we make our way up to a toll booth. There's tons of traffic. We're almost there. We think we're gonna just sail on through, and we stall. People start honking. We stall again. More honking. Stall again. I'm trying to gently and calmly explain to Tori what to do. He's getting a little bit upset, but still trying to figure it out. I think we probably stalled about 4 times. Finally got the car going. I think we were so excited that we were able to start it that we drove way past the toll booth. So the guy had to come out of his little box to collect our money. We made our way through. Drove for quite a long time. I'm holding the iPhone. It's about to die. You can already see the little red part on the battery. Trying to read the signs in Italian, tell Tori what to do, where to go, explain to him when he needs to downshift, all that. We make our way through pretty well. But eventually we start getting closer to Sorrento, and that's when the roads start getting really hilly, really steep, really curvy, and there's so much traffic coming the other direction that people on scooters just casually drift into our lane of oncoming traffic so that they can pass them.
when we got to Sorrento, that's when it got really hilly and extremely large amount of traffic on the opposing side. And now we're going downhill and having to stop. So the stalling wasn't an issue, but it was getting dark and we probably only had about 30 minutes of light. And we kept making wrong turns because not only was the iPhone's GPS cutting out, but it was about to die, so we had to keep turning it off. And this is when we were lost, had no GPS. We were faced with tons of traffic. Caitlin started hyperventilating, kept saying, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up. And we were only about 3 kilometers away, or so we thought. We were actually further, we were only 3 kilometers away, and we were totally lost. So we thought the best idea was just to pull over. That's when I said, no, we'll just take this left, it'll get us the right way. And I went up a really steep one-way street the wrong way, hit some cars, and that's when I decided to give in Caitlin that we would pull over and we'd walk the rest of the way. The only park spot I found was handicapped, and I decided that we would hurry to the hotel. It's only 3 kilometers away, and I'll come back once I know what to do and move the car to the handicapped spot. So this is where we started to walk.
So we grabbed the bare necessities from the car, only as much as we could carry, left most of our personal belongings in it. We start walking. As you can see, these streets are extremely steep. It was pitch black. They don't have any street signs. Or they don't have any street lights or street lamps. The street signs are these very old-fashioned sort of marble things that are usually covered in moss, and you can't see them even in the daylight, let alone at night. We're trudging up this long walk. The iPhone is almost dead. It doesn't have much reception at all, so we're just naively trusting it to be able to get us the 2 kilometers or so to our hotel. We are remembering at the same time that we left our flashlight in the car, so we're basically making our way up this very narrow, hilly, dark road with no help whatsoever.
This is the hill where we used the last piece of battery on the iPhone, because this is when we thought we got here. We thought we had plateaued, and that's when we waited, the iPhone kicked in, gave us the last piece of information that we were going the right way, but we still have 4 kilometers to go. So we'd already walked probably more than 2 kilometers, we had 4 more to go. But it was very easy to see, we just keep going this way, and where this dead-ended, right to the right would be the hotel. So this is hill where we found out we've only been gone 1/3 the way.